Most people think a property damage case is simple. Car is damaged, the insurance company pays, you move on. But what actually happens is very different. Hi, I'm Brandon Osterbind, and I'm a personal injury lawyer here in Virginia, and I make videos to help people understand the process of a personal injury case before they have to commit to big decisions. If this or any other videos that I post are helpful to you, it would sure help me if you would hit that like button and that subscribe button. Now, I want to walk you through how to get the most out of your property damage claim, because small mistakes in this process can cost you thousands of dollars. Let's start with the biggest misconception. People think the insurance company is going to tell them exactly what their car is worth. They will, but that doesn't mean it's accurate. Insurance companies determine values using internal systems, comparable vehicles, and condition adjustment. And those numbers don't always reflect what it actually cost you to replace your vehicle. I'm going to give you 5 rules that will help you during this process. And the first rule is this: know what your car is actually worth. Don't just accept the number. Look at the comparable vehicles in your area, look at mileage differences, trim level features, and the condition of your vehicle before the crash. If the valuation is off, you have the right to challenge it. You can use tools like Kelley Blue Book to see what other cars in similar conditions are going for to determine the closest value. Second, understand what you're actually owed. Property damage is not just the repair bill. Depending on the situation, it can include repair costs, total loss value, sales tax and fees, rental vehicle costs, towing and storage, and even loss of use. And if you don't ask about these things, they're often not offered. Insurance companies don't always volunteer every category of compensation. Third, be careful with quick settlements. This is where people lose money. The insurance company may offer a number early, especially if the damage looks minor or if they want to resolve the case quickly. But if you accept that offer, the property damage portion of your claim is closed. If something was missed, additional damage, diminished value, or an incorrect evaluation, you don't get to come back later and fix it. That's why taking a little bit of extra time on the front end matters. Fourth, watch for total loss shortcuts. If your car is declared a total loss, the insurance company is going to rely heavily on valuation reports. But those reports can include incorrect comparable vehicles, adjustments that don't match your car, and vehicles from other markets. You are allowed to push back. You can submit your own comparable vehicles. You can challenge condition ratings, and you can ask for the valuation breakdown. Now, I want to show you a real-world example of a valuation gone wrong. I represented a client who was in a car accident and her vehicle was completely totaled, and I was dealing with the insurance company trying to get an appropriate valuation for this car. And I'm going to show you exactly what they tried to do to try and steal money from our client. Look at this report. If you look at page 7 and page 8 of this vehicle condition report, you can see all the different things that affect the valuation of our client's vehicle. Things like the dashboard, the carpets, the seats, the headliner, the sheet metal, the trim, the paint, the glass, the engine, the front tires, the rear tires. All of these things add up to a total condition adjustment. And in this particular case, the condition adjustment for her vehicle was $1,480. And that seems fair. Obviously, it's not a brand new car anymore. It was a brand new car when she bought it, she drove it off the lot, and then she used it and the valuation goes down. So that makes complete sense. So you have this total condition adjustment on page 8 of this report. But if you scroll down just a little bit to where the insurance company compares the lost vehicle, the vehicle that was in the accident, to 3 other comparable vehicles, and look at page 12 and page 13, and if you look at the bottom line, you'll see the total list price for the vehicle, then you'll see adjustments. Right? So it makes you think, oh, we just dealt with these condition adjustments, so they're probably going to put that number there. No, that's not what they did. Look at it. They said adjustments, options, they only adjusted one comparable vehicle. Mileage, they adjusted all three comparable vehicles. And then they did a condition adjustment. We've already seen their condition adjustment of $1,480, but that's not the number there. The number is $2,461. And the condition adjustment is the exact same for every single vehicle. So you're telling me that the condition of this vehicle is $2,461 less than every other comparable vehicle you looked at? That blows my mind because it's fiction. It's not real. It's a made up number. And I'll tell you, the explanation that the insurance adjuster will give you, if they're honest, is that this is a private party sale versus a dealer trade-in. You're entitled to the fair market value of your vehicle. That is, what can a dealer get from the general public for the sale of your car? So what they're trying to do is adjust it down to trade-in value that's well before the dealer puts the car on the lot. And that's a much lower valuation. So they've adjusted this down almost $2,500 when it shouldn't be adjusted down $2,500. So that's an example of pushback that you should do when the insurance company tries to value your car. Now, the fifth rule I want to tell you about is that you have to separate property damage from your injury. This is a big one. Property damage claims are handled quickly. Injury claims take time. Insurance companies like to resolve the property damage portion fast because it creates momentum towards resolving everything else. But just because your car claim is done doesn't mean that your injury claim should be. Keep those two things separate in your mind. So let me simplify this a little bit. If you want to get the most out of your property damage claim, verify the value of your car. Understand what's included and what's not included. Don't rush to settle, and document everything, because once it's closed, it's closed. If you want a step-by-step breakdown of this process, we've actually put together a full guide that walks through everything we just talked about and more. And you can find that link below. Now, before you go, make sure you watch our video, Does Not Wearing a Seatbelt Ruin Your Case? In that video, I go over exactly what the law says about seatbelts in car accidents. The answers may surprise you.